lives.
All new NCIS and NCIS Origins. CBS tomorrow starting 9/8 Central and streaming on Paramount Plus.
Live, local, late-breaking. From the WHIO Broadcast Center in Dayton, this is News Center 7.
According to our news partners in Cleveland, WOIO, Akron police officers responded to a home Halloween party just before 11 p.m. Saturday. They found an 18-year-old girl seriously hurt with an apparent gunshot wound. She later died at the hospital. Officers also found a 16-year-old boy and a 17-year-old girl with non-life-threatening injuries that had run away from the shooting. An initial investigation found that during the party, a man took out a gun and fired shots inside the home. That man faces charges. Saturday night was one of the busiest nights of the year in the Oregon District. Every year, Haunt Fest welcomes thousands of people to downtown Dayton, all dressed up in costume. News Center 7's Malik Patterson spent time there last night looking into the safety measures put in place ahead of the event. He said getting into Haunt Fest was similar to getting through airport security.
Drink a little bit, hang out in the Oregon District. I don't really get to come down here very often these days.
Joe Friend said this is his first time here.
I've always been busy on the night of. I'm in a band and we're usually playing a show tonight.
The performance is happening tonight on stage. So are you going to go down to the stage and critique those bands silently in your head?
Oh, 100%. Yeah, actually, I was already planning on going.
Just before this place got crazy, I spoke to one of the organizers. I was told Haunt Fest is the Oregon District Business Association Super Bowl.
It's our biggest fundraiser that, as I'm sure Fritz told you, pays for a lot of the other events that we do down here throughout the year. So things even like landscaping or snow removal.
I also wanted to know the importance of having a high security presence. As you can see, metal detectors being moved before the party, then police presence at every corner.
Really, the only rule is, be courteous. You cannot bring any fake weapons and obviously real weapons.
I also wanted to know from Joe what his favorite thing he's gotten since being in.
The bacon wrapped hot dog was perfect, like to die for. Beautiful.
That was Malik Patterson reporting. The money from Haunt Fest will help pay for the rest of the free block parties held at the Oregon District this year. The 20-year-old arrested in connection to a deadly shooting in Trotwood has posted bond. Police arrested Dante Lamar Cotton on felony charges of tampering with evidence Tuesday and a preliminary charge of murder. According to court records, Cotton posted a $50,000 bond on Friday. This comes after Trotwood police and medics showed up to Autumn Woods Drive Tuesday afternoon. When police got there, they found Janiah Hardy dead. An investigation found that a domestic dispute happened inside the apartment between Hardy and a man who also lived there. Police are still looking into what happened, and anyone with information is asked to call the Trotwood Police Department or Crime Stoppers. Both of those numbers are on our website at whio.com. 158 years in prison. That's the sentence a Colorado cardiologist was given after being convicted of 8 sexual assaults and numerous drug crimes. Stephen Matthews was on trial for weeks after he was charged with meeting women on dating apps, drugging, and sexually assaulting some of his victims. Many women shared their stories in Friday's lengthy court hearing. Here's Brian Mass.
Matthews didn't make eye contact with the victims or their families through the nearly 5-hour sentencing hearing.
Stephen Matthews took away what normal looks like for me.
The victims and their families made statements, calling Matthews a monster, a sexual predator, and a serial rapist.
I don't know if I can honestly say I'm a survivor from the defendant, as I'm barely surviving.
The women and their families recounted the long-term impacts of being drugged and sexually assaulted by the one-time cardiologist.
We'll be fighting the memories, the nightmares, the guilt, the shame for the rest of our lives. You tore her life apart. You've taken away her trust, her happiness, and the ability to enjoy life in an open and carefree way.
Each saying they met Matthews on dating apps, and when they connected in person, he lured them back to his West Denver townhouse, where he made them drinks that were spiked, leading to them blacking out, memory loss, and being raped.
While I still lay in his bed recovering from whatever he gave me and from what he had done to me, he was already actively searching for his next victim.
Matthews' lawyer said he disagreed with the jury's verdict. Matthews was ordered to begin serving his sentence immediately. I'm Brian Moss, covering Colorado First.
A Miami Valley family is offering their own reward after a mother was attacked inside her Greene County home. Earlier this year, Xenia police turned evidence over to the Ohio Bureau of Criminal Investigation to help identify the man who broke into the home and tried to rape her. Right now, they have no suspects. The victim's daughter needs answers.
And obviously, a sexual assault is a big thing for any female, but we are strong. My mother is a strong person, and we are working on moving forward.
The family told us they are offering a $1,000 reward for information that leads to an arrest. Ohio's newest law hopes to stop dangerous drivers. We've seen drivers here in the Miami Valley do this for years. It's called hooning. It's everything from racing to street takeovers. Drivers caught hooning can now face a first-degree misdemeanor. If they run from police, they could get prison time. And people who are just watching can get ticketed now as well. When walking through the airport, you're bound to see emotional farewells and hellos. But travelers leaving the Dunedin airport in New Zealand have to make it quick. CBS reports that a new 3-minute time limit on goodbye hugs in the airport's drop-off area is meant to stop people saying goodbye to their loved one from causing traffic jams. It's called the cuddle cap. It started in September to keep things moving smoothly in the drop-off area outside of the airport. The CEO of the Dunedin airport said there are signs posted in that area to remind people that zone is for quick farewells only. If you stepped outside recently and noticed a strange smell, not only are you not alone, but there's actually a reason behind the bad odor. News Center 7's Malik Patterson talked with people across Montgomery County about what's causing the smell.
For over a week, people in Montgomery County said when they stepped outside of their homes, there was an unpleasant smell that greeted them, but they didn't know where it was coming from. Some even said they won't open their windows because of it.
But yeah, not so much bonfires, more manure.
Danny Marshall said she's always thought the smell came from farms.
It was always like this time of year. I don't know, they're like plowing the fields or doing something.
Some of the people I spoke with off camera thought landfills were to blame. This Sky 7 footage shows the Stony Hollow landfill, which was the source of foul smell for years in Montgomery County until a permanent fix was installed. But the Regional Air Pollution Control Agency said it isn't trash that's to blame. Rather, air near the ground cools faster than air above, particularly at night. The odor becomes trapped at ground level. This happens more often during the spring and fall. Additionally, fall is often when biosolids are applied to agricultural farm fields.
Yeah, no, that makes sense. I know it's definitely a yearly thing. It kind of stinks for a couple days.
Others in Kettering said they were first worried when they noticed the foul smells.
Truthfully, I thought it would have just maybe cleared up within a few days, maybe the rain would have came, but honestly, no.
Kennedy Hartman said she's not worried so much now, but it does make her consider moving at times.
I think I'd rather get away from the city and go into the country.
Public health officials said they haven't seen any formal complaints, so they are also not investigating. He also added that they don't think that there is anything for people to worry about. In Dayton, Malik Patterson, News Center 7.
Storm Center 7 meteorologist McCall Vrydaghs joins us tonight. McCall, I thought you would think that fall smells story was interesting.
I did. I really liked it. And what the Regional Air Pollution Commission is talking about is something that's called an inversion. So at night it does get cold and it creates this cap, this layer that locks in all that smell at the surface. So when you wake up and you want that fresh, clean air, that's not what you're getting until you warm up, and then everything, becomes uniform and it gets cooler as you go up in the atmosphere. So that's what's going on.
Wow.
It's just this time
I
of
knew
year.
you would have a little tip about that too.
Oh yeah, you got that. You unlocked that nerd sensor in my brain for today. All right, well, let's talk about weather. As we look outside right now, it is quiet. It is another cool night across the Miami Valley. Falling back into the low 40s now. Eventually, we do dip to the upper 30s overnight tonight. So just keep in mind early tomorrow morning, as you step out the door, you will want that heavier jacket. Same to be said for the kids as they're waiting for the bus in the morning. 43 in Dayton, 39 already for you in Troy. We're back into the upper 30s up in Sydney as well. So here's what I'm looking at for the rest of the upcoming week. A mild start. Temperatures will be a little bit milder tomorrow afternoon compared to today, and then even warmer for Tuesday and Wednesday. In fact, Wednesday afternoon will be close to nearing a record high, and I'll tell you how close we get in just a moment. Cooler, though, on Halloween, and we are tracking some rain. I have your Halloween forecast, and then even looking into the upcoming weekend, what's to follow once this rain gets out of here. So here's the bus stop forecast for your Monday morning. 38 degrees at pickup, 67 for the afternoon when the kids are coming home. So the sweatshirt that they have on in the morning, the jacket they have on in the morning, it's likely going to be off as they're getting home later in the day. Temperatures for the next 6 or 5 days, should I say here, we climb to the upper 70s for Tuesday and Wednesday. And that record high for Wednesday is 81 degrees. So we are getting very close to that and watching to see if we start to see a little shift in that number heading into the next few days as well. And when we get close to it. Heading into Thursday, Friday, Saturday, those temps drop back into the 70s and 60s. Now, what brings in the warm air? Well, it's the winds. They really kick up Tuesday and Wednesday. In fact, for Tuesday afternoon, wind gusts between 25 to 30 miles an hour, not out of the question. And they'll stay rather gusty into Wednesday, too, before the front comes in, and then you see that wind shift and the cooler weather moving in. So here's Futurecast for Thursday in particular. Notice Thursday morning, most of us dry before the sun comes up, but the showers quickly arrive, and they're with us right on through trick or treat in the evening. So as you're planning for Thursday evening, 6 o'clock is when most of the Miami Valley has trick or treat starting. Temps will already be dropping back into the 60s and quickly into the 50s as well. Your Storm Center 7-day forecast does show that those temperatures will be near 80 degrees for your Tuesday and Wednesday, and then cooling off as we head into next weekend.
High school football playoffs are coming up. Today, the first round pairs were released.